This thing that you said when you called me for that show with Hannibal Burris
Yeah.
at the Minglewood Hall. I appreciate that. And I think we was in the green room. Born and raised in Memphis?
In Memphis, yes, sir.
What part of town?
All over East Memphis, Whitehaven, East Memphis, and then by the time I hit middle school, my parents moved out to the burbs.
Okay, moved out to the Burbs. All right, cool. That's a good introduction to start the show. Hey, y'all, this is the 3811 First Show. Today we got another special guest, man. A guy that I always figured he was different in comedy. I always respected his craft because I like somebody that got a different perspective towards things. So, very special guest. Y'all welcome Richard Douglas Jones, y'all.
Hello.
Richard Douglas Jones, man.
Thank
So
you
let
for
everybody
having me.
know. I know you personally, but let everybody know, like, what was your upbringing? Like, what part of town you grew up in? Because, you know, this is the 3811 First Show.
Yeah.
That's the zip code that I always stayed in majority of my life in.
All over. When my parents first got together, they lived in Whitehaven. They moved us out to East Memphis, like right as all of the changes were coming. When I was out there, Kirby was still a county school.
So that's when Kirby was good.
Kirby,
good neighborhood.
Yeah.
That's when Kirby ain't good now.
Nah.
What high school? Elementary school you went to?
I went to campus school over by the University of Memphis.
That's a private school?
Nah, it's on the campus of the University of Memphis. My dad used to work there, so that's where it's just an elementary school for all of the employees of the University of Memphis.
Okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
What year was this?
I left there in early 90s.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's still around. Campus school is still around.
Never knew that.
Yeah.
What middle school you went to?
White Station Junior High School.
Okay, what high school you graduated from?
I went to White Station High School, but I graduated. Like I said, we moved out to the burbs, so I graduated from Houston High School.
Houston, that's in that's in what part of town is it? Bartlett?
Germantown.
Germantown. And that's what I always respect about you, because you went to college afterwards, right?
Mm-hmm.
Very. See, black guy, smart. When I first seen him perform, I knew the way he talked, his dialect, his material. I was like, this guy went to college right there. Did you have a scholarship?
No.
Your mom and them paid?
No, loans.
Loans.
Student
You
loans.
you still owe?
I still owe them.
You still owe them?
Still, I'm close, but I still owe them.
What college did you go to?
I went
And what
to-
you major in?
I went to Howard University, and I majored.
Where's that at?
It's in Washington, D.C.
Washington, D.C.
And-
I was finna say Baltimore, but it's in
Nah,
Washington.
it's in Washington, D.C.
You stayed on campus?
Mm-hmm.
That's one thing I always regretted is going to college and staying on campus.
Oh, I loved it.
Was that fun?
I loved it.
That's an experience,
oh,
ain't
God,
it?
Yeah, especially at a black school. Shit,
Oh,
yeah.
in
really?
D.C.?
Yeah, I went to this is when D.C. is in like the height of its like blackness. This is I graduated from high school in '97.
Okay.
So yeah, this is like in that.
Oh, black.
Black. Any kind of black you want.
Yeah.
Just light black, dark black, militant black, nerdy black, crazy black.
What you major in?
I majored in theater. I did performing theater, and then I also did theater production as well. So whenever I wasn't acting and stuff, I was working behind the scenes, running lights and sound and stuff like that.
Okay, so you never did at Howard. You never did join no fraternity and have
my
fun
thing.
with
It wasn't my thing.
Your mama told you don't join no games.
Oh, not at all.
That's exactly what
Of
it
course,
really is.
it really
It's a
is.
game.
It really
It's
is.
really a
Yeah,
game.
different colors, and you get beat up to get in. No, actually, both of my parents are Greek. I'm actually in my immediate family, my mom and my dad and my sisters. I'm the only one that's not Greek.
You didn't join nothing.
Nah.
You ain't want to, because I wouldn't let them put that.
Not a chance.
You ain't finna burn me.
You're not burning me in the
Because
name
I
of
don't know what all this stuff really means.
You're not burning me, and you're not beating me.
You're not beating me
In
to
the
get
name
in.
of brotherhood.
And
I'm not.
Yeah.
Not
but,
a chance.
But
So,
the
yeah.
only thing is, I heard the people that do join a fraternity, they can go anywhere and they got connects. Because if you say I'm alpha and you go on Little Rock and be like, hey, my brother, hit me up with some more alphas.
Yeah, that's cool. There's definitely some networking aspects.
But you might have had your own way of networking
Right.
with people like I did.
Right.
Just be a good person and you can network with
Basically.
everybody.
But yeah, man, Howard University.
4 years?
Yeah. I took a semester. I took a year off, so it took me a little bit
So what
longer.
you do? You do it 2, took a year off, or did 1, took a year off?
I did 3, took a year off, and then I did 3. Took a semester off, and then came back, and then finished the rest.
Okay, you took a year off?
Just 2 semesters.
What you do?
I worked. I went home and I worked.
You came back to Memphis? What you do?
I ended up working. Like I said, my background is also in theatrical production, so I ended up working. There's a theater here in town called the Germantown Performing Arts Center.
Okay, yeah.
So I ended up working on the backstage crew for GPAC, and so I did that from that semester through the summer. And when it was time to go back to school, I went back to school and did my thing. And when I graduated, I came back and did the same thing. And
you went back to GPAC? Okay, dig that, man. Dig that. I didn't know. Harold King just told me you had some experience in video and production and all that.
It's where I live. Production is it's for better or worse. It's where I live because I like the world so much, and I whatever I could do to stay in it. If I wasn't performing, and I still wanted,
you would still be a good job. Be behind the camera.
Still that energy. It's just like, all right, fine. I didn't get cast in this, but yo, let me run some lights. Let me run spotlight. Let me hang some lights. Let me pull some curtains.
Okay. So when did the comedy bug bite you? When you was in college then?
Probably. Like the first time I tried doing stand up, it was my freshman year of college, and it didn't go well.
Where you was?
It was just a show that this cat did in our dorm. Our dorm had a lounge, and so he was like, "We're gonna do a show in the lounge," and I was like, "All right, whatever." And we was just kicking it one day, and he was like, "Nah, man, you funny. You gonna be on the show?" And I was like, "I don't." Like, I always loved comedy, but, like, I didn't know how to be funny on command.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's basically what comedy is. It's learning how to be funny on, and I couldn't do that. I was a situational guy.
Right.
So I was like, I would articulate that to people, because people were always like, you're funny, you should do this and that. And I was like, I can't do stand-up. I don't know how to be funny on command. I'm spontaneous. And so that's just kind of where it was. And so I did the show. And did some stuff about the football team, and it killed.
Everybody laughed?
Killed.
Can you remember something?
Oh, absolutely. I was
you got to give us a piece of it.
Like I was in the cafeteria the other day, and this guy jumps in front of me in line, and I'm like, what are you doing? And he's like, man, I got to get to practice. I'm on the football team. And I'm like, so that doesn't impress me. Like, win a game, nigga. That doesn't, how.
So y'all had a horrible football team.
Terrible. And he was like, you can't do it. And I was like, nigga, apparently you can't either.
Oh, so you went back and forth with a football?
I gave no fucks. I gave no fucks. None.
Okay. Y'all didn't get to fight, did you?
Nah, we didn't get to
y'all
fight.
Just, okay. So that's when you...
That was pretty much the end of the exchange. Because he was shamed. Because a bunch of other people were around and they heard us. And he was just like,
So you were just that funny guy around college.
Right.
You
And
just never knew.
So then after that, then I started doing... No. I'm still on the set. Then,
okay.
After that, I started doing... You know how it is when you first start, you copying shit that you saw. I did a bunch of stupid jokes that I'd seen on Def Comedy Jam.
Who jokes? Let them know who jokes did you copy?
I honestly don't. The guys were so obscure. I can't even remember the jokes. Like they were.
You remember the name, the person's name?
I can't remember his name.
Can't remember the name.
That's what I'm saying. He was one of the few prop comics that ended up doing Def Comedy Jam.
I was on Last Comic Standing.
And he did the bit,
light skinned guy.
Yeah, and he did the bit with the window frames.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Shit. Tall, light skinned guy?
Yeah.
What is this fucking Kevin Lee?
I guess. I don't remember.
Tall, light-skinned guy. He prop.
Yeah, he the black.
Ain't too many black props.
Nah, ain't too many black.
We don't fuck with prop.
Nah.
It probably was Kevin Lee. So what's the thing? So when I tagged this,
I did the joke about the big ass draws and pulled out a pillowcase, and it completely fell flat. And I was like,
hey, you did somebody else shit in that bone.
Right. Yeah. And so I didn't do stand up again for at least a good 7 or 8 years.
Wow, it usually be like that for everybody. It usually be like a 10-year span. What was you doing, like in between that time?
Well, in between that, I was still
working, doing videography work.
I was still there for theater. So like, this is again my freshman year in college. So I'm, doing college shit. I'm doing.
But if you bum, you can go that long without doing it again.
For sure.
You were like, I suck at this.
It's like I told you, motherfuckers, I couldn't do this.
How did you find it back? So 8 years later, you found it back?
So yeah, probably about 8 years later, I I was working at the University of Memphis at their theater, the Rose Theater.
The Rose Theater, shout out to Rose.
Fuck that. Anyway.
I see, you know who I seen before I got started? I went to the Rose Theater. Ronnie Jordan was here from Atlanta, and a couple more other comedians. I think Deion Cole.
Same.
And it was a free show, and I went to go see that.
They always
it was
had
dope.
Really good free shows.
It was dope.
I remember Gabriel Iglesias. I saw him before he blew up.
At Rose Theater?
Yeah, at Rose Theater. And like there was like
Rose Theater be having some big motherfuckers coming through.
And don't nobody go.
And
then who else did I see? I saw Pablo Francisco. And this is when I discovered that like comedians get tooted. I was like, why is he sweating? And people were like, I was like,
he was tooted before
tooted and booted,
If y'all don't know what tooted is, that is cocaine.
That's that Tony.
That's that, yeah. I love that South Parkway, player. Yeah. So 8 years after, you touched the stage again at University of Memphis.
The Rose Theater, the Jimmy Kimmel show.
He was there?
The show came, and they did a contest there.
Okay.
And
what year was this?
Oh, God, this had to have been early odds. This had to be like 04.
Okay. I started in 07. That went too far.
04, 05.
Okay.
And so I did that.
You did the contest?
I did I didn't do the contest because I was like, well, I work here, so it's for college students, so they're not gonna let me do it. And so I got up and I did it, and I was just kind of playing around. And they were like, if you didn't curse, you'd have won the contest. And I was like, shut the fuck up.
Oh shit.
And so, I was like, all right, let me try this open mic thing for real.
So after that,
and I tried it once on a Monday at the P&H.
Hey, bro, do you know every comedian that I have talked to say the goddamn do you know when I started? I was there. I started in 07. We just had where I started, Comedy Tennessee in Bartlett, with Sam and
with Sammy and
John. Shout out to them, man. Good people.
For sure, shout out.
So from there, Brandon Sam, we used to go up there and do open mic. Brandon Sam was like, hey, I got the P&H. That spot been popping since probably 08.
Yeah.
I done seen so many hosts. Brandon Sams. What is that?
Brandon Sams, Mike McCarthy,
you,
Tommy Oler,
then you,
yeah,
man.
So
I have
hosts.
seen
and
that.
I've been doing it like 2-3 years now.
So who was hosting when you did?
When I first started?
Brandon.
It was Brandon.
Yeah.
And
what, 09? Oh.
That had to have been like
I started in 07.
Okay, it had to have been
08,
it had to have been around then because again, I did it once.
Monday night.
Yeah, it was Monday night.
I was working at FedEx, I remember.
Bruh. And so, you remember during basketball season, we wouldn't get started till like 10 o'clock and be there till 2 o'clock in the goddamn morning.
Let me tell you this. I was working at FedEx at the time. The graveyard shift from 12 in the morning to 3. I used to go to P&H 9:30. I didn't make it to FedEx about like 1 o'clock. Jesus. Smelling like Black and Miles, liquor, just fucked up.
So I did it once, and I was like, okay, that's what this is.
How did it go?
It was okay. It was all right. I very distinctly remember I got up there, and Brandon was drunk and feeling himself, and I had this weird pause at the beginning because I was trying to set tone because, theater training.
Right.
And he was like, it's not as easy as it looks, is it, asshole? And I was like, oh, okay.
Tried to go in on you.
That's how we do it. And so fast forward to actually around this time, around this time, 2009. And just a bunch of bad shit happened. Like this chick I was living with.
So you ain't do comedy no more since from 07 to 09? You ain't do it? Okay. What happened in between?
Nothing. Living my life, working,
just fucking
relationships and shit. And so the woman I was dating at the time, we were living together, and she comes home one day and she's just like, nah, I want to break up. I don't want to be with you anymore. And I was like, all right, cool, but you could have picked a better day, because that same day, I worked at the Peabody Hotel.
Downtown?
Downtown.
Memphis?
And somebody had jumped off the roof and killed themselves. And me and my coworker were the ones that found the body.
Oh.
And so that's the day that she chose to be like, yeah, nah.
Women can be so heartless.
And I called, right, and I called and told her. I was like, yo, this
not
like,
today.
Right,
do it tomorrow.
Right.
I'm going through enough grief.
Of all fucking days.
Y'all seen the body on the ground?
Bruh, saw the body on the ground. Done. Face.
Right there on Union or a second?
Nah, it landed.
He said the body.
Yeah, because at that point, it's it.
It landed.
It landed face up. So face
on what
up.
street? Union or second?
No, it didn't land on the street. It landed. Okay, so you know how when you go into the Peabody, like on the 3rd floor, there's that meeting room. There's a meeting room.
No, the garage.
No, not the garage.
Okay.
There's a meeting room level, like on the 3rd floor of the Peabody.
Okay, I didn't know that.
And like there's gravel and stuff up there outside of some of the meeting rooms. And so basically that's where he landed. He landed on the gravel part of the roof, like outside of the meeting rooms, and again landed.
Y'all was just walking out, what, smoking a cigarette?
Nah, we were sitting in the office chilling, and you just hear it just go. It sounds exactly what you think it sounds like. You know what I'm saying?
It's thump, like
just thud. Yeah, it's just wet.
Black or white guy?
The white guy.
Yeah, cause we don't jump off no building.
Nah, I ain't jumping off no.
We ain't jumping off. That ain't in our.
Here's the thing: we not jumping off no buildings, cause we gonna regret the shit halfway down.
Like we jump, try to grab some shit.
Right. Cause we like, you know what? I could just go to church.
Yeah. I should have just did a gunshot, cause I'm already dead when I jumped off this bub. I'm so scared of heights.
Right.
So y'all did that, and you go home.
And she's just like, yeah, I don't. What did she say? She's like, I just miss being single, and I was just like, get the fuck out of here. So you know, it's another nigga waiting in the wings, and
she already had another.
Right. She wanted to fucking
women are
guilt-free.
planners.
Yeah.
She probably had him 4 months in advance before she even told you that. Yeah,
for
real, that hurt your heart.
And so
that
top of that, there's more. Again, on top of that, you know, when you find a dead body at work and your girlfriend dumps you, your productivity tends to go down. So on top of all of that, I got fired.
How long after?
I got fired probably a month later.
Oh shit!
And after all of that shit, I was just because at this point I'm like, I don't have any other source of income. I'm about to lose my apartment.
I'm depressed. My girl just left. I seen a dead body.
My girl of 3 years.
I really need counseling at this spot.
Right. And so I was just like, at this point, I have nothing to do. I have nowhere to go. I have nothing to lose. This comedy thing is something that I've been dabbling in.
Pop back in your head.
Let me just go try. And so from that point on, I've been doing it ever since.
Where you go after all that shit happened? Where did you go? Back to the P&H?
Yeah, of course. I went back to the...
How many years was that? Like
that
2
was
years?
Like 2 years, because it was
Went back to the P&H.
Went back to the P&H.
After all this shit didn't happen. Now you got something to talk about.
Yeah.
Did you talk about any of that when you went back on stage?
Not at first.
It probably was still
it was still new. I
wasn't
wasn't able to make jokes about that relationship for probably.
Because I never heard none of this shit here.
For probably 2 years. I wasn't able to talk about that for
that's
like
sensitive right there. It's hard for me to talk about like real like shit that's sensitive to your heart to everybody because you ain't got over it.
I was too close to it.
Yeah. But you over it. You over it.
Oh yeah, been over it.
Yeah. She cool now? Was she?
I mean, yeah, we
She
cool.
with the dude she left you with?
No, not at all.
Of course not.
Not at all.
Of course not.
Not at all. Apparently they hung in there though for a little bit, but no. That's so weird. She literally just announced that she.
So you know it wasn't you?
No.
Okay,
She literally just announced. She literally just announced that she's engaged. Now that I'm thinking about it.
With somebody else?
Yeah.
Oh goddamn. So since
know,
then,
good too.
You was head on. I'm doing comedy. Fuck that.
I did comedy and things finally started to click. I the first year of doing comedy is learning how to be on stage and learning how to write jokes.
Cause you so used to being behind the
right. I'm used to doing both. I'm used to being on stage as well. So getting used to being on stage was not hard for me.
Okay.
But yeah, started doing.
Cause you understand being behind the camera and in front of the camera. That's an advantage because you know what people want to see.
I know kind of how to find my light and all those kinds of things.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. So ever since then, you've been.
I started doing it, and like it got to the point where like I would only get off of the couch, much less leave the house to go do open mics. Like that. I tell people all the time, comedy saved my life.
Yes, it did, because you went through a lot. That's a fucking lot.
Yeah.
You need a counselor. I need a counselor just hearing it. We both got PTSD just hearing that shit he went through right here.
Yeah. And,
it's a therapy, man. And let
me
tell you, since me, you know, I'm a stage hog.
Yeah.
I got a son. I don't have a girlfriend. That's my only outlet.
That's your out, yeah.
That's my only therapy. Oof. So when COVID hit, I went through a depression stage.
I bet you did.
I did. I went through.
There are some brothers that have called me, especially in the beginning, that were sounded like dope fiends. They was like, "Hey, bro, what you got on that stage, bro?"
I went through because okay, what was your big my last show, March 21st, 22nd. I was in my hometown, Chicago. Damon Williams booked me. I was at Riddle's Comedy Club.
Okay.
All my kinfolk coming out. So the Saturday last show, all my kinfolks coming out. I'm greeting the crowd. In my head, you know, we thinking our shows that we got in April and May. This is in March. I'm like, okay, I got dollars in April. I got this. I never did know. Like, this is finna be your last motherfucking time on stage.
Yeah,
March 22nd.
Oof.
That's it.
That's rough.
And that's your only.
That's it. That's all
you ain't got nobody to talk to that understands you. That is your everything.
That's your last one.
And it took me a while to. When was your last show before COVID?
My last show that I actually did was in February. I did there's a show called Epic Comedy Hour down in Huntsville. Great show.
Alabama at the club?
Yeah. No, they got a theater space down there, and that was the thing. They were just like, "Yo, you got to come back and do stand up live. Let's put you some stuff on the books." And I was like, "Cool, let's make it happen."
You did good.
Yeah,
greeting the crowd, people coming up to you, man, funny.
Yeah, so I had so I got bookings out of that. I had bookings.
You're thinking of your future dates.
I
got this in April.
I was like, all right,
I got this in March.
I got this college gig coming up. I was like, good. I need more college gigs. I'm going to South by Southwest this year.
In Dallas?
Austin.
Austin.
I was like, I'm going to South by Southwest this year. I was
Hold on.
like this.
Was that heartbreak knowing that you can't get back on stage no more and all your shows count? Was that worse than you finding a dead body, your girl leaving you, and you getting fired from your job? Was that? Which one was?
Nah.
That's a good question.
It's a good question, but
it wasn't worse than that.
Nah, it wasn't worse than that.
But
no.
That's how it affected me.
Yeah.
That's when I couldn't do comedy no more.
Nah, cause I'm used to.
I was like, what the fuck? Cause I thought we were essential.
Yeah. No.
You never thought something could cut comedy off.
No, sir.
COVID-19.
Entertainment, man. Entertainment is the first thing to go.
Rodney, I did an interview with Rodney on the Instagram Live I was doing. He said, no, what we do is a luxury. And this really explained it. What we do is a luxury.
Going
out of town, getting booked, you have to really enjoy that while you're doing it, because that is actually a luxury for us.
Whew. But yeah, I definitely miss it, but at the same time, you know, just trying to.
You gotta adjust. You gotta
because
you got your heart broken before. You know what a heartbreak. You just got to. Yeah. That's what life is about. It's a fucking heartbreak.
You adjust, and refocus, and keep it going. So
what you been doing since the COVID-19 started?
I've done one live show since the pandemic started, and as soon as I did it, I regretted it.
And then you still got your own stuff going on.
Yeah, so I've still got every Thursday at 9:00 Central, I do the open mic or something like it on my Facebook page, and that's really it's kind of an open mic, but not really. It's really just comics just getting together and just having fun, talking shit. Yeah, and people seem to like it. We average about 400 views a week.
That's on Zoom.
We do it on Zoom, but we broadcasted the Facebook Live.
Okay, at the same time.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Next Thursday, I'll join in.
Sure. I'll shoot you a text message.
You got your podcast.
Yeah, still got the podcast.
What's your podcast
Black Nerd Power. We've been doing Black Nerd Power for 6 years now.
I remember. Where did we do that show? Because I remember you had me headlining there. That's when you do the cartoon characters for the flyer.
Yeah, the comic book characters.
Where we were?
We did the. I think we did it at. There was a spot called the Complex. and or not the complex, the basement, and we did it. That's where we did it, in the basement.
So you're not doing it live, but you kept it up and you're doing audio.
Yeah, well, the show was always first. It was the show, and then the comedy show grew out of it. That was the comedy show. Was the
so it started off as a podcast, just audio, and it grew into I'm finna start doing this.
I was like, all right, I'm gonna take this brand and I'm gonna put it to a comedy show. So
I always dope the
it,
flies.
Yeah,
I always appreciate the comic book flies.
Yeah,
you know what? That's the one thing I never did get into was the comic book shit. So let me know and other people know, like, what is it about comic books that's really intriguing?
For me in particular, it's the escapism. Like, just it's for the same thing that
comedy is.
Yeah, well, if you I enjoy reading. I like pictures.
I love reading books.
All right, I like pictures with the books.
Okay, I don't have pictures with the books I read.
Yeah,
I just have straight words.
Nah,
I enjoy the straight words.
Like legit, like if the artwork is bad, like I can't enjoy the comic book. I'm just like I don't care how good the story is if the artwork is trash.
So if the words go with the picture, I'm in for it.
Yeah, for
so
sure.
That's what got you with the comic.
And then particularly one of my favorite franchises is the X-Men. And
good movies.
Yeah. If you look at the X-Men, the way it kind of started, it was very much a commentary, a social commentary on black people, because you've got this group of people who were born different by no, fault of their own.
So you saying it started off as a book first?
X-Men, yeah. X-Men has been a comic book since like the 60s.
And when did they first do the movie?
The first X-Men movie was 2000.
And you said that was based off black people?
The
whole concept.
The concept of it. I mean, the X-Men weren't black themselves.
What the concept? What you mean by that was based off black people?
The concept of you got a group of people that are persecuted against, treated like second-class citizens, and hounded by the government because of the way that they're born. Not to mention, within the X-Men, you got basically two camps. You got Charles Xavier, the bald-headed dude in the wheelchair, who is all about peaceful coexistence and humans and mutants.
Martin Luther King.
Basically.
The Martin Luther King.
Right.
And then you got to have Malcolm X.
You do.
Who the Malcolm X is?
Magneto.
Okay.
Magneto is the Malcolm X. And
he
so much so where he has actually been seen in the comics by saying, by any means necessary.
Wow. So, yeah, I did not know this.
So yeah, once I realized that that's what that was, I was like, I love this book. So yeah.
So you just took their approach from doing your audio show into the actual live show like X-Men did. Started off as a book, you started off as audio, but you started doing your shit to the live. Bro, I didn't know that about X-Men.
Yep.
See, more black people would get into it if they knew that. Only on the 38114 show. So that's what made you intrigued about
That's what made me like
X-Men
in particular. But then, I sort of started branching out into other
Marvel.
Yeah. X-Men is Marvel. Yeah, so yeah, Marvel and DC and all the rest of them.
You know who I watched when I was little? I wasn't into X-Men, Ninja Turtles. So like that, I had Ninja Turtle figures, and that was my thing. So I went to go see all the movies.
They started as a comic book too.
Yeah, it did? Mm-hmm. See, didn't fucking know that. You started reading the...
I've read some of the Ninja Turtle stuff. It's really kind of artsy, and then they do all kinds of...
Because turtles eat pizza.
Right, yeah.
Turtles really
and then the original...
head over eating Domino's pizza.
Yeah. And then the comic books were in black and white, and so I was like, okay, this is artsy shit, whatever.
Man, you just let some information out to black people that most people don't even know, bro. X-Men.
The more you know.
Who is the creator of the...
Stan Lee.
Stan Lee. Okay, that's good, brother. That's good. So you started back doing comedy, and that show you was just on was...
Oh, on TV?
Yeah.
The New Negroes. That
was
Negroes. On Comedy Central.
Comedy Central. Mm-hmm. And when did that air?
That aired, what is this, 2020? It aired last year.
2019.
2019, yeah.
So, okay, and this is what most people don't know. Like, when I started doing TV, I'm shouting out Memphis. So, anybody after me, like, from Memphis doing something big, hey, salute. When Vivacious did Comedy Central, like, you did, you know what I'm saying? You did that, hey, salute, man.
That's how they introduced me, actually, on the show. They were, like, from Memphis, Tennessee. Like, I don't give a fuck if I ever do end up moving to L.A.
Bruh,
like, I'm from Memphis. I gotta
So, NBC Last Comic Standing, Anthony Jeselnik was the host. They were like, how you want to be introduced? I was like, you can say, from Memphis, by the way of Chicago. And he introduced, coming to the stage next, Ambrose Jones from Memphis, by the way of Chicago, which makes no comedic sense. Which makes no sense comedically.
Whatever.
Ambrose Jones, you're right, because you moved from Chicago and you started doing comedy in Memphis.
Whatever.
But can you tell everybody what make you so strong from doing comedy in Memphis as where else, in LA or New York?
What makes me strong is the P&H Cafe. Oh my God.
Man.
I was just talking to somebody earlier today about that room. The P&H Cafe is fucking gladiator school. I don't give a
You
damn.
never know what you're going to get.
You never know.
So we started doing that in 07, 08.
Yeah.
Until this day, P&H is still, before the
Before
COVID started.
It was still going.
It's such an amazing thing see the
yeah.
crowd shift. When we used to do it, it used to be like
rowdy.
older, like junkies, like crackheads. Yeah, I'm just saying it what it is. Drunk. And if you do it now, you see the younger college
hipsters,
kids.
the college
kids
that should have gone to college.
College just not there. It is so dope, man. Shout out to the owner of P&H Cafe.
Shout out to Matt and Robert.
Hey, that's the spot,
but
man.
yeah, man,
if you start off in Memphis, tell them you can go anywhere.
You can't
do comedy. New York is easy.
Yeah, New York is.
That's easy.
You get to bigger cities and realize, because you don't realize when you're here and you're in it, you don't realize.
These hard-working motherfuckers
You are
in Memphis.
you're training like on Dragon Ball Z with weighted clothes. You know what I'm saying? And then you get somewhere like in Atlanta and like you start taking the heavy clothes off and you don't even realize it. Because you've been training with a weighted bat all this time. And you're like, for real? That little Ricky Dick ass joke
Because
works?
you know what? P&H, them motherfuckers that come to P&H really just come in and drink.
Well,
hang out on the Monday night. So when comedy starts, them motherfuckers looking like, oh shit, we got a fucking show. So you actually have to be funny and grasp their attention.
Oh God, yeah.
If you don't, you just finna fucking bomb.
Yeah, the thing about that room, and I appreciate it because it taught me that laughs are earned.
Hosting was the best thing you can do.
They are not freely given. Laughs are earned, and so I got to go in that room and not only earn their attention, but keep it. Because it's gotten to the point now, I can watch it. I can put a clock to it. They watch you for literally a minute.
When somebody finna.
They watch you for a minute. And if you can't get them in a minute.
Let me tell y'all, I've been performing there since 07. I can go on a Monday night in 2018. If I ain't got my shit, I can fucking bomb.
There are professional comics
it's like,
tour.
Matter of fact, Hannibal Burns, when he was in town one time, matter of fact, this is one thing about P&H Cafe. This spot is so legendary. If it's a professional comic in town, they are going to P&H
and they're there on a Thursday
to perform.
For sure. Yep.
They are going.
They're stopping through, for sure.
They stopping through it. That's what I love the P&H,
for
man.
sure.
Shout out to the P&H.
I can't wait for it to come back. Please wear a fucking mask so I can go do comedy.
Man, are they back open now?
They're open, but
they're
I'm
not doing live shows.
No,
they're
not doing live shows.
About the COVID-19?
They're not doing live shows, and more specifically, I'm not doing a live show up there. Yeah,
You're not comfortable yet?
Not yet. Because people won't wear masks. Do
you think the masks are really effective?
Yes.
I was like, hey.
Yes.
This shit is airborne. I don't think it's
that's why
it really is.
Yeah, that's why the mask is effective. It keeps people, like, if you're sick, it keeps other people from getting sick. It doesn't necessarily keep you from catching the shit. It keeps you from spreading the shit to other people.
But let me tell you this. One thing that recently happened that maybe thought the mask was really real, because I was in denial. When D.L. Hughley passed out at Zany's.
Yeah.
So he had it before that. He said everybody else on his show caught COVID-19 except his daughter because she was always wearing a mask.
That's right.
That made me think like, okay, this shit. Because other than that, I'm just being a regular nigga. The mask ain't doing shit. But when he said his daughter was the only one not catching COVID-19 because she was the only one wearing a mask, I was like, okay.
Absolutely.
So you think this ain't like hepatitis?
This isn't like anything we've ever seen before because there is no cure for it and there is no guarantee that you're going to get over it. There are plenty of people that die of all different age ranges.
Okay, this is my thing though. But do you think it depends on if you get it, whether you survive or not, does it depend on your immune system, how strong your immune system are?
Yes.
So eating good, taking care of yourself, do you think your body will be able to fight it off if you do get it? If you've been doing that?
Theoretically.
Theoretically.
Yeah.
So that's my thing. And like I've been I've been doing this. This is Seamoss and burdock root. These are like herbs that Dr. Sebi always talk about.
Okay.
And you let this marinate in 80 proof vodka for 6 weeks and then extract all the nutrients and vitamins out of the herbs, and you drain the herbs, and you take it sublingually. That's under your tongue. Let it sit there for like 90 seconds. Your salivary glands take it straight to your bloodstream. It's instant. So
I just go to the gym.
So, okay, herbs, gym, working out. So you saying most people, you are more likely to get it like in the worst way if you're not in the best shape.
Yeah, that's been proven.
But see,
like
this is my thing.
People that are obese, people that have diabetes, people that have high
but
blood
they
pressure,
don't
and
preach,
stuff.
take care of yourself so you're going to get it.
Nobody,
they preach, take hand sanitizer and put the mask on.
The one thing that nobody seems to be talking about during COVID is just the idea of, hey, you've got all this extra time. Why not use some of that time to get the fucking
And
check?
that's why I've been affecting black people mostly because of our health.
Yeah.
I seen this meme. It was a older white lady in a wheelchair with an oxygen mask on, and she coming up to a young dude, and she saying, "Hey, why you don't have your mask on?" But she's obese in a wheelchair, and she asking a healthy person like that was a meme.
I hear you. But healthy people can
healthy
still
people
be
can
carriers.
get it
They can still be carriers.
And you
and
know
they can
what?
be asymptomatic. So
I
you can
thought,
have
okay,
it.
that's another
You
thing.
can have it and you don't
They
know.
add shit to it every week. This is the thing. I thought I had it. I'm not a person that usually gets sick, but one day my homegirl came from Birmingham and I went to go kick her up for a weekend. We went to go eat breakfast that morning. I went home, laid down. When I woke up, I have a full body fever. Like, this is unlikely for me because I normally don't. Because I work out, take my herbs, drink plenty of water, take care of myself. And but I'm around my son and my kinfolk, so I was like, I don't want to spread it to him if I do have it. Let me go get tested.
Yep.
So I went to go get tested. It came back negative, but I did a follow-up with the nurse. She was like, you had got some type of virus, but you didn't get COVID-19. But you got to remember, when your body get a fever, that's your body indicating it's fighting off
something.
Thank you. So if you keep your immune system like healthy enough to, but they don't preach that enough.
Not at all. But
they don't preach that. But it is real. COVID-19 is real.
They don't preach health in the black community, period. We're not going to get into that.
Yeah. So the first show you did, how did you get on the Comedy Central show? Probably building relationships.
Yeah, building relationship building, comedy festivals. The New Negroes is a live show that the host Baron Vaughn and Open Mike Eagle, they do it in LA, and then they do it in a couple of different festivals. And so I did the show on the...
In LA?
No, I have since done the show in LA, but no, the first time I did the show was at a comedy festival called the Bridgetown Comedy Festival in Portland, Oregon.
Who else was there with you? I think another Memphis comic was there with you?
Yeah, Preacher Lawson.
Was
there.
He came back.
Yeah, we were both there at the same time.
Okay.
And so I ended up doing the show at the festival and got cool with Baron. And you know how niggas talk. He's like, yeah, man, we talk about doing this shit and developing it for TV.
You don't know if he gonna really call
put you on, bruh. And I'm like, okay.
We get that all the time.
Yeah, okay.
But he finally called.
Yeah, he did. He was like, the producer of the show texted me, and he's like, hey, I'm so-and-so. You should really check your email. And I was like, what? All right, cool. Which was great, because at the time, it's so funny. At the time, I was doing a weekend at the Little Rock Looney Bin.
Looney Bin. Shout out to Jeff Johnson at the Looney Bin.
And was hosting. And I was like, I can't keep this bullshit. I can't keep doing that. This is too fucking.
You just got booked for your first
all
TV
this
show while you
fucking-
hosting.
No, but before I got that text message about I checked my email, I was like, this is some bullshit. I don't want to do this no more. $200 for the whole weekend is some bullshit. And I still got a baby at home, so I got to drive back and forth from Memphis to Little Rock every goddamn.
No room?
I got the room, but
You
I
ain't
got
want to stay there? You want to stay at the house with the feature act and the headline?
I'm good. I got again. I had the new baby at home, so
right.
yeah, and so I'm just like I gotta rethink some shit, and then I got the email. All right, so you know how it is. Niggas all, yeah, nah, man, you cool, you funny. I'm gonna put you on TV.
I'm gonna call you for the
right,
next
I'm gonna
shit we
call,
got
and so, yeah, you know, just like, all right, whatever. And yeah, I was doing a weekend at the Looney Bin in Little Rock when I got the call, and so, yeah, and that was 2018.
Where y'all filming it?
We shot it at in LA at the studio in LA. It looks like a nightclub, but yeah, they shot it in a studio, and so it was.
They fly you out for the weekend?
They flew me out for the week.
Oh, for the whole week?
Yeah,
okay,
they
where
shot.
You staying? Where you staying?
I mean, they gave me money, so I found an Airbnb.
Okay, cool. You kicked it for the whole week?
Yeah,
Take somebody with you?
Nah, it's just me. They shot.
That's right. I'm enjoying my goddamn shot. This is the fruits of my labor. That's right.
They shot the whole season over the week. So I was like, I didn't want to go, and I didn't shoot until Friday.
And when did you make it out there?
I got there
Monday?
Sunday or Monday, one of the two.
Oh shit! And just stayed
And
till Friday?
just stayed. I went to the tapings most nights. Thursday night, I knew a couple of comics there in town, so Thursday night I was like, yo, I can't go up here cold. Let me get some time.
Go hit a spot. What you did?
My man Dave Hellum out of Chicago.
Shout out to Dave Hellum.
Yeah.
He's a writer now.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he is.
Yeah. Shout out to Dave.
And Dave put me on his show, and then David Borey. He's a comic he's originally out of the Bay Area by way of Denver, and then lived in LA. He's the cat that does all the voiceovers for Comedy Central now.
Okay, cool.
And so
you hit that spot Thursday, and then you perform Friday.
Yep.
Set went really well. I seen
The set was really good. I wish I could have seen more of the set. My set was 10 minutes, and they cut it to 3.
Yeah, when you're on TV.
Oof,
when I seen my last comic stand, I think we did 3 minutes 30 seconds. They cut it down like 2 minutes. I'm like, y'all cut out the best part.
Cut out the best goddamn part.
Back to old car leaking all in it. They cut out the
it all.
best.
They cut it all.
I was like, oh, but you know, it's just a blessing.
Yeah, it's still great to do it. And then I had friends from college that were there, and then I had friends from Memphis that know me from doing comedy that were there.
Came out to the show in LA?
They just happened to be in LA.
Okay, at the same time?
Yeah, at the same time.
Okay.
And I was like, yo, y'all want tickets? And they were like, fuck yeah, we want tickets. And so.
Did you get a chance to see him after the show?
Oh, yeah.
Because that's one thing about Last Comic Stand. We couldn't, like, I had my uncle there from LA, a couple of friends that I couldn't see him because they kept us backstage.
Nah. Like, as soon as we finished taping the episode, they were like, yo, let's go out on stage and take a cast photo. Nah, they're like, let's take a cast photo. And I was like, all right, cool. And I was one of the first ones to walk out, and I kind of walked out and kind of looked at everybody, just kind of doe-eyed, and I was just like, and like and people, and just the room just erupted with applause, and I was just like, God damn.
From Memphis, that's the love that Memphis get when they go out of Memphis, right there.
Yeah.
I was really appreciative. Yeah. That's the whole Memphis Southern slang. So with Eric last year. Yeah. What kind of, you know what I'm saying, reciprocation did you get? You had a lot of followers, a lot of people. Saying they really enjoyed it.
Yeah. People said they enjoyed it. You know, social medias, of course, went up. You know, a few gigs here and there because of it. You know, hey, I saw you on Comedy Central. Are you interested in, you know, that kind of thing.